Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ashley Alger for Rosla Streaming Network, the hostess of the channel, and today we are going to do another tutorial quest. This one is called Emerald Dawn. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Suomi. Now I'm going to show you how to get there from Millith, just only the first time, so you'll know where to go. And then once we have to get there again, I'm going to use a scroll. So first you'll need to go to Able here. We're going to go all the way down here to the boat, which is down this direction. You go right southward towards the end. If you're hearing that sound, that's my air conditioner. I told you guys a couple of times on the live stream, you might not be able to hear me if that air conditioner is on. It's loud, but we're gonna hopefully go through with it. So you're gonna go to Undyne. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's like really hot in here, so I had to turn that thing on. We're going to go to Undyne here. We are going to move to the cross path here. And what's that? Oh, it's a pet. Okay, we're gonna go south. And then we're going to just follow this pathway all the way to the end here. So we're and Suomi, like the entrance to Suomi is like it's somewhat hidden in this town. Because the pathway just abruptly ends, and the only thing awaiting you are these like two lampposts facing each other, and like that's the exit from Undyne. So we're going to go through these two little posts here. We're going to go to Suomi. Yes, we're in a role-playing town, that's fine. Okay, first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go to the Suomi Tavern. And we're going to look for someone by the name of Myois. I chose to do this on Rosla Wiz today instead of my actual, like, main. So, should be able to do it. Now, this quest, just so you guys know, is for level 11 plus. I will put that in the description, as I always do for all quest tutorials. Excuse me. I was coughing there. It's a little ways to the tavern, but once you get there, we'll get there. We're just gonna walk through here. There's the tavern right there, the wine glass. Open the door. If the door is ever shut, just double click the door and it'll open. So we're looking for Buddy here, Myois. And what you're going to do is you're going to speak the word adventurers. Or adventures, sorry. So we're going to do this. Greetings, Aisling. Ashling. I've traveled far and wide, and have many tales to tell. First, I would like to tell you one of my most recent travels. I ventured into the Millith Crypt, 5 levels below, and met with a dwarven blacksmith they call Aki. He told me a tale of the time of the Ozda. Long ago, a young warrior last named Mida lived an exquisite life. Her father was the richest man in the Ozda civilization, She was set to lead the city-states to glory when her father died. She was his only heir. Mida did not seek a life of political dominance, though. Mida sought to learn the way of the sword to protect her townsfolk from the evil that was brewing in the Earthsea. When the time came for Mida's father to pass from this world into the next, Mida defied her father's dying wishes to lead the people around her. She instead chose to join a small group of fighters who called themselves Smerigredir, the Emerald Knights. Mida worked with the Emerald Knights to keep the peace in the times of madness that ensued, but more and more of the Ozden scholars reached out towards the dimness of Kadath and returned from the gate either hideously mutated or mad beyond reason. The Emerald Knights eventually found that the only way to stop the growing corruption in the Earthsea was to venture to the gates of chaos and seal it forever. The Knights made alliances with the Druids of Balance, who harnessed magic to create and empower life, and the Necromancers, who harnessed magic to create and empower undead, soulless constructions. The Emerald Knights journeyed to Chaos, battled, and sealed it with some ancient power. None of the Emerald Knights returned. A book was eventually found here in Suomi nearly 1,000 years later, with a full family history of each of the knights. It was found that one of the knights who perished in battle, Mida herself, had a child before her death. The information on who Mida's child was has been hidden from all for many years. I'm confident an heir to the legacy still resides in Temer. The bloodline of the knights has a reputation for bleeding superior warriors. Alas, that is all I know of this tale. Perhaps you could try to find out more on your own. And there we go. So now we are set upon our adventure. Now, where are we going? So, we have to go to Suomi Village. And we have to see the Suomi Combat Skill Master. So, we are in Suomi Village, obviously. So what we're going to do is find where the Skill Master is, and I do know where he is. So, since we're going to the Skill Master, he's over here. Hold on. He's right here, sorry. Not over here. That's the weaponsmith. He is down here. Here I am leading you guys to the wrong place. Duh. I know where he is. No, you don't. You don't know how to read a map. What's a map? Oh. A map is something that is missing the actual inn, because the actual inn's located right here, not right here. This is the grape farm building. This is the inn right here, and it's not on the map. It's funny. Alright, so once we enter into this tavern... Once we enter into this tavern, what we're going to do next is we are going to say out loud, Emerald Knights. Emerald Knights, eh? I heard of them. I don't know anything, and if I did, why would I trust you with the information? You could be one of them. If you want anything out of me, you're gonna have to prove your allegiance to the Knights. Journey to the first 5 areas of Shinewood Forest and find an Emerald Knight insignia. Beware, the insignia will only reveal itself to the worthy. Alright, now we have to go to the Shinewood Forest entrance and just kind of walk around until we find an Emerald Knight insignia. So, what we're going to do is we're going to jaunt on over there quickly. So if you have like a Lurist song, a Piet song, um, even a Millis song, that's totally fine. You can use any songs really, and just get there quickly. So we're in Shinewood Forest, and what we're going to do is we're just gonna walk around. Might take you a while for the pop-up. It's total RNG, everybody. So we're gonna start all the way over here. Just gonna make our way all the way up and down the map. Now, it could take a couple of minutes, it could take 10 minutes, it could take 20 minutes, but that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go all the way up and down this map until you find a pop-up. Whoa! We got it like right away, guys. For a moment, you doubted yourself if you were worthy enough to find an Emerald Knight insignia. Alright, so you found the Emerald Knight insignia. Look at that. Right off the hop. Oh, I love it when things work out. This is good karma for yesterday's tutorial that like sent me off and then changed all the quests, and oh my god, it was freaking brutal. Alright, so now that you have your Emerald Knight insignia, what you are going to do is you're going to return to Berg, and then you're going to say Emerald Knights aloud once again. So we got to go back to the warrior trainer. Whoop. Whew. My air conditioner sounds like a frickin' diesel pickup truck. Alright, so we're back at the fighter trainer now. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to type Emerald Knights again. Did you find the Emerald Knight insignia? And you say, yes, I found it. Astounding! You Ashlings truly are a rare breed. I will tell you all that I know. Mida, the Emerald Knights, the Necromancers and the Druids gathered and walked towards the Gate of Chaos. Once inside, they initiated combat with the creatures inside. The Knights were proving successful in repelling the forces of Chaos long enough to seal the gate, but the Necromancers gathered in secret and proposed a different plan. The Necromancers, seeing these monsters as an astounding unnatural force, eventually opposed the plan to seal the gate. They reanimated the corpses of the slain monsters, creating a military force of skeletons and other monstrosities. When the Emerald Knights and the Druids refused to allow Chaos to stay open, the Necromancers turned on their allies, slaying them all. The Druids spoke to the Earth Sea and whispered to their brothers outside of the tragedy that had occurred. They took Mida's child into hiding. The Necromancers did not expect the creatures they had reanimated to retain their evil souls, however, and once the Druids and Emerald Knights were slain, the monsters reverted to their normal mindset, slaying what was left of the small force of Necromancers. Some escaped, using their necromantic magic to reanimate their dying bodies. The Necromancers went into hiding from that day forth, and so did the Druids. The Necromancers were not seen again, not until long after the fall of Eosden civilization and the creation of the Spark. They would not rise to power again until Tager unveiled itself from the mists. Ever since that day, the druids and the necromancers have been at odds. We have succeeded in keeping Mita's bloodline safe for many years. However, recently, one of the children of the bloodline refused to be taken into protection. The woman known as Dalel raised her son without giving us any information. We don't even know what he looks like. The insignia may be able to help you find the heir to the Emerald Knights. Reveal his destiny to him, but be careful. If the necromancers find out about the heir, they may try to stop you and finish off the bloodline once and for all. Interesting story, isn't it? That's pretty cool. So, now you get this very delightful legend mark. Recovered the Emerald Knight insignia. Now, after you talk to him, you now have a choice of where you want this story to go. You can aid the Emerald Knights, you can aid the Necromancer Order, you can aid the Rogue Order, or you can aid the Druid Order. Now, I'm going to choose one of these things, and I am going to aid the Emerald Knights because emerald green is my favorite color. But I'm going to tell you right now what you need to do if you want to choose any of the other three options. If you are aiding the Necromancer Order, you're going to head to the Kaz Mines entrance on the map. You're going to approach Sanan and say hello out loud. He tells you the Emerald Knights are evil and would seal you out of Temere given the chance. He says the Necromancer Order will reward you. You give him the Emerald Knight insignia and you will receive the legend mark Aided the Necromancer Order, and that will complete your quest line. If you are aiding the Rogue Order, head to the Millith Crypt entrance. Approach Scan and say hello out loud. He tells you he has heard of the tales of the knights and offers to buy it. Click Sure, I will sell it, and he will give you 1 million gold for the item. And that will not give you a legend, but it will give you 1 million gold. To the Druid Order, head to the Grass Fields entrance. Approach Gans and say hello out loud. He tells you that he has seen this insignia before and wonders why his father had one. He will not take the insignia and he gives you no reward. You will have received the legend mark Found Emerald Knight Insignia, a second legend mark, or 1 million gold, and from 300,000 to 5 million experience depending on your level. For example, a level 25 received 300,000 experience, a level 47 to 50 received 800,000. So it only, I only assume that like every 25 levels it increases substantially. But what we're doing is we're going to aid the Emerald Knights ourselves. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to House I always don't know how to pronounce this word. I call it Macabre, but it's not the word. But we're going to go to it. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to Piet. Just going to click Piet. Leave Piet. Go to Lorez. Leave Lorez. We're going to House Macabre. Over here, we're going to talk to this guy. Dislater. And once we approach him, we're going to say out loud, hello. Where did you find that? I see. You've traveled far and wide in search of the heir to the Emerald Knights. Yes, I am the son of Dalil. Blah, 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 says Rosalind. The story you have told me is incredible. I'm to be the heir of the Emerald Knights. This is a very odd thing you have told me, but I'm compelled to believe you. I was visited in my dreams by Luithis. He told me that the knowledge of my ancestry would be revealed to me shortly. First I took it for just a dream, but now, if you'll give me that insignia, I will use it to reunite those who would fight in the name of all that is good and justified. I will once again forge the Order of the Emerald Knights. And you give him the insignia. I thank you. Your research and intuition has led me to my destiny. And you gain 400,000 experience to complete the quest. And now you have gotten the second legend mark, aided the Emerald Knights. And that, my friends, is the quest line for the Emerald Dawn. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I will see you for the next tutorial. See you guys! I'm just waiting for the top of the minute and then I'll shut it off. I usually wait till the top of the minute.